We'll be starting the Arangetram of Riya and Megha in a few minutes. Please kindly make your way to the auditorium and take your seats. We'll be starting the Arangetram in a few minutes. Thank you.
Ganapatim Mahaganapatim Manasa Smarami 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 Mahaganapatim Vasishtavammadeva Divaldita Mahaganapatim Vasishtavammadeva Divaldita Mahaganapatim Mahadevasutam Guru Guhanutam Mahadevasutam Guru Guhanutam Mahadevasutam Guru Guhanutam Mahadevasutam Guru Guhanutam Marakodi Prakasham Shadam Mahadeva Shadam Mahakavyanadagati Priyam Mahakavyanadagati Priyam Mushigavahana Modaga Priyam Mahakavyanadagati Priyam Mushigavahana Modaga Priyam Mahaganapatim Manasa Smarami Mahaganapatim Vasishtavammadeva Divaldita Mahaganapatim Ganapatim Ganapatim Ganapatim
Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Nritya Creations Academy of Dance and the Ajay and Shah families, I welcome you to Megha Ajay and Riya Shah's Bharatanatyam Arangetram. We are so very honored and grateful to have your presence this afternoon and are delighted to be able to share this momentous achievement of these two fine young dancers with you. As a classical Bharatanatyam dancer myself, and as the director of Nritya Creations, I am an ardent follower of this art form. I know that the power, the soul, and the beauty of Indian classical dance can only be unleashed from a dance student by passionate dedication and care. And we have such a guru who has done that for our students. Her name is Ms. Tatyana Popova. And we are extremely fortunate, privileged, and grateful to have such an exceptional guru in Nritya Creations. Thank you, Ms. Tatyana Popova. She has transformed these two talented young ladies and brought them to a very high level of achievement. and we look forward to their stellar display of artistry and skills. And of course, a big thank you to Megha and Riya for your dedication, relentless hard work, passion, enthusiasm, and humility, reaching this point in your artistic journey. Not only did Megha and Riya study Kalakshetra Bharatanatyam, but they also have taken classes in ballet, contemporary Indian dance, jazz, and are part of our fusion performing company. So dance is their passion, and today is an amalgamation of all that training, what you'll see here today under their guru and the musicians. Without further ado, I would like to be fortunate to introduce Mr. Kiran Rajagopalan, who will be today's Master of Ceremony. Kiran not only will be a wonderful stage presence and skilled articulation, but has a thorough knowledge of the subject of Bharatanatyam and will enlighten us today in today's performances. Kiran is an award-winning dancer, choreographer, writer, and educator. Trained extensively in Bharatanatyam for over 25 years, Kiran has given many acclaimed performances globally and also regularly conducts workshops, lectures, and demonstrations on Indian classical dance. He is the co-founder and artistic director of Daya Arts and is also an adjunct professor of dance at Marymount Manhattan College and presently holds the position of interim executive director at the Arts Horizon organization in New York. He also teaches Bharatanatyam to students at Nritya Creations. Without further ado, welcome, please, Mr. Kiran Rajagopalan.
Namaskaram and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to introduce myself once again as Kiran Rajagopalan. Meena, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. As she had mentioned, I'll be your Master of Ceremonies for today's Arangetram. So once again, on behalf of Nritya Creations and the Shah and Ajay families, we welcome you this afternoon to this most auspicious of occasions. Before we begin, I just have a few housekeeping announcements. For those of you who are wearing masks, please do keep them on for the duration of the performance. We also would like you to take a moment of your time to silence your phones or put them and turn them off. Photography is permitted during the performance as well as videography, but please do not disturb others around you by standing up in the middle of the performance or coming into the aisles to obstruct your fellow attendees' views of the dance performance today. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is that on behalf of Nritya Creations, we also wanted to ensure that you have a wonderful rest of your summer. So ladies and gentlemen, flash photography is also not permitted because, believe it or not, we can see it on the stage when we perform. And it is a distraction. It's also a distraction in the audience as well. So if you do choose to take photographs and videos, please make sure that your phones are on silent and that the flash is turned off as well. Thank you for your cooperation. So as we go along through the duration of this performance, and the duration of this Arangetram, I wanted to share with you some brief synopsis of each of the items that you'll be seeing and witnessing, but also some historical and aesthetic details which will help you better enjoy the performance. And I would like to take a moment now to introduce the musicians who are providing such a wonderful musical accompaniment this afternoon for this Arangetram. We have on the Nattuvangam, Srimati Tatyana Popova, who's also Riya and Megha's guru and lead Bharatanatyam instructor at Nritya Creations. We have Srimati Manjula Ramachandran, who's providing vocal support. Sri Murali Balachandran on the Mridangam and Kanjira. Srimati Radhika Devarajan on the violin. And Sri J. Gandhi on the bansuri. Each of these artists will be introduced further along during this performance at different intervals. And just to turn our attention now to the actual Arangetram process. So Arangetram is a very interesting word. It comes from Tamil, which is my mother tongue, and the etymology of it is Aranga Etrakulade. So Arangam is the stage. Etrakulade is the verb form of ascending or coming upon the stage. So the Arangetram has its origins in a very ancient story called Silapatikaram, which was arguably written during between the 1st and 5th century CE. So that is probably about 2,000 years ago. There's the first mention of Arangetram. And at that time, the court dancer ascended the stage in her debut performance. And so in that sense of tradition, we continue in the Arangetrams of today, where the Arangetram marks the formal debut of the dance student in solo or small group performance. In this case, you'll be seeing the girls performing together and performing solo. And so these are some of the modifications of the ancient tradition of Arangetram that has been introduced in these days. And so it's a very auspicious occasion because the Arangetram is not the culmination of a journey in dance. In fact, it's the very start of the next phase of a dancer's journey in art, which is a lifelong journey. And from now on, there'll be expectations set upon the dancer to grow with the style with each subsequent performance. But they are now able to start performing and perhaps start teaching to gain further experience in this art form. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Megha and Riya will perform their first piece for this Arangetram, and it is a Kautham. The Kautham is interesting because, as I said, I'll be speaking a little bit about the history of Bharatanatyam as we go along, and what a perfect place to start with the Kautham. So the Kautham has its origins in the temple traditions. So mind you, I had mentioned that the Arangetram dealt with the court dancers tradition. So Bharatanatyam is a fusion of both the temple ritual dance style as well as the court style that happened in the king's courts, in the darbars, in the zamindars' houses. Bharatanatyam is a combination of those traditions and modernized for the proscenium stage of the 20th century. So the Kautham is an example of a piece that had its origins in the temple traditions of Tamil Nadu, but has been adapted for the stage. And the Kautham blends rhythmic syllables with lyrics about the presiding deity that is to be invoked. So Kauthams were performed in order to bring about the energy of the deity into the space in which a ritual or a dance was happening. So in this case, the girls will be presenting a Sharada Kautham, Sharada referring to Goddess Saraswati. So Goddess Saraswati has her origins as a Vedic deity from at least 2,000 to 3,000 years ago. She was once personified as the river Saraswati, which once flowed and joined the Ganges River. But that river has since vanished because its course had changed and dried up. So over subsequent centuries, Saraswati transformed from a river deity into the goddess that we know now of wisdom. And she represents the flow of creative thought, of music, of speech, and of course, creativity. And so the Sharada Kautham pays homage to this Saraswati as the radiant one who holds a gem-studded veena and exudes joy through her beautiful speech. Ladies and gentlemen, Sharada Kautham is in Ragam Valachi, Mr. Chaputalam. The lyrics are by Shanta Shelke and the music by G. Shrikant. And the choreography is by Srimati Jyotsna Menon. Ladies and gentlemen, Sharada Kautham.
माणिक्यवीणा उपलाळयन्ति माणिक्यवीणा उपलाळयन्ति मदालसा मंजुळ वाग्विलासा मदालसा मंजुळ वाग्विलासा मातङ्गकन्या मनसा स्मरामि मातङ्गकन्या मनसा स्मरामि शारदे जय शारदे जय शारदे वागीश्वरी विधिकन्यके विद्याधरी 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 जय शारदे ज्योत्स्ने परि कांति भुजि मुखरम्य शारद चंद्रमा उजले तुझा हास्याधुनी चारी युगांची पौर्णिमा ज्योत्स्ने परि कांति भुजि मुखरम्य शारद चंद्रमा उजले तुझा हास्याधुनी चारी युगाची पौर्णिमा तुझी कृपा से चांदनी मित वर्ष से हम साचरी तुझी कृपा से चांदनी मित वर्ष से हम साचरी वाणीश्वरी फिरता तुझी चतुरा कलामय अंगुली संगीत जन्माये नवे झडता मदीर्ची अंगुली वीणेवरी फिरता तुझी चतुरा कलामय अंगुली संगीत जन्माये नवे झडता मदीर्ची अंगुली वीणेवरी फिरता तुझी चतुरा कलामय अंगुली संगीत जन्माये नवे झडता मदीर्ची अंगुली उन्मेष कल्पतरुवरी महारुण्य आल्या मंजिरी उन्मेष कल्पतरुवरी महारुण्य आल्या मंजिरी वागीश्वरी विद्याधरी वागीश्वरी विद्याधरी
Janako, janakita kita taki sinako, sinato, sinako, kita dari kita taki sinako, janako, janako, janakita kita taki sinako, sinato, janako, janakita kita taki sinako, sinato, jay kita dari kita taka jay kita dari kita taka jay kita kita taka jay kita dari kita taka jay kita taka
शारदे शारदे शारदे
Ladies and gentlemen, with great pleasure, I introduce you to our vocalist for this afternoon's Arangetram, Manjula Ramachandran. Srimati Manjula Ramachandran is an award-winning vocalist, veena player, and recording artist who performs for music and dance concerts in the tri-state area. Initially trained under Srimati Jaya Mahadevan, Srimati G. Sita Ammal, and Srimati G. Sita Lakshmi, she is a gold medalist in music from Sri Swati Tirunal Music Academy. She is a graded artist of All India Radio, a Kerala Sangeeta Nataka Academy Award recipient, and a Government of India scholarship holder for 12 years. And she's performed in many TV channels in India and the US. Her passion for music led her to start Mangala Ise in New Jersey, where she trains the next generation of musicians in Carnatic vocal and veena. She is also working as a teaching artist for the North Brunswick Public Schools, and that has allowed her to introduce the veena to new audiences and to compose orchestral pieces for public school music festivals. Ladies and gentlemen, Srimati Manjula Ramachandran. The next item in the Arangetram is the Jati Swaram. So the Jati Swaram is an integral, but it's seldom performed item of the Bharatanatyam repertoire, and it is a Nritya item or a pure dance piece with just steps accompanied to carefully conceived rhythmic syllables or patterns layered over spoken syllables or jati, and passages of musical notes, swaram, hence the name Jati Swaram. And it is often, as you go into professional dance, one of the first items that is the casualty is the Jati Swaram. But for me personally, what I love about it, it's an item that allows you to start to see and understand what exactly is the musicality of this style of dance? You'll see how we interplay different rhythmic patterns over the refrain of the song, and you can see the various ways in which we interpret music through rhythm and through dance choreography and adavus, or basic steps. So the Jati Swaram that you'll be seeing today is an Arabi ragam, Adi Talam, and it's a composition of Mysore Vasudevacharya, and the choreography is by Srimati N.S. Jayalakshmi. Ladies and gentlemen, Megha and Riya will now present the Jati Swaram.
pa sari ma ma pa da pa ma pa da pa da pa sa ni da pa da pa re sa ni da pa da ma pa da re ma pa sari ma pa da pa da sa ni da pa ma ga re sa sari sa pa ma pa da
On the Mridangam today, we have Sri Murali Balachandran. He's based in New York City. Yes, please applaud. Without the musicians, there'd be no Arangetram after all, right? So he's based in New York City, and he is an acclaimed and versatile percussionist who hails from a family of dancers and musicians. He studied Mridangam under his father, Dr. C.G. Balachandran, and was introduced to Bharatanatyam by his mother, Usha. He is adept at playing traditional Indian percussion instruments such as the mridangam, the kanjira, the tabla, ghatam, and morsing, and he's accompanied leading Indian musicians and dancers in various countries, including New Zealand, Canada, and Indonesia. He has performed on Broadway and at major venues such as the Lincoln Center, the American Museum of Natural History, the Smithsonian, and the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And we are thrilled that he is part of this afternoon's Arangetram. Ladies and gentlemen, Sri Murali Balachandran. We come now to the centerpiece of any Bharatanatyam recital, be it a professional dance performance or an Arangetram. It is the Varnam. So the Varnam is a very central piece to Bharatanatyam because it showcases all of the salient features which characterize and distinguish Bharatanatyam as a dance style. So in the Varnam, you have passages of Nritya, or pure dance, as you saw in the Jati Swaram. You'll see elements of that in the Varnam as well. Lyrics and interpretation of such lyrics through abhinaya, which is the use of hand gestures, facial expressions, and body language to bring alive text and poetry. And you'll see that in this Varnam as well. And then you'll see moments where both Nritya and abhinaya come together, which is called Nritya. And so the Varnam has it all, hence it's a lengthy composition. It's also one that requires not only stamina of the body, but stamina of the mind and the heart, because Varnams usually deal with a very heavy subject matter. In most Varnams that are performed in Bharatanatyam, you'll have this running thread of two modes of expression. The first is bhakti, or devotional aspects of the religion of Hinduism, by which most of Bharatanatyam is based upon. And then you have this underlying current of Shringara, or romantic love, that is there, especially in the Varnam. And the two often come together, and the two are sort of at odds with each other, but are also seamlessly woven together at times. So the tension between the devotional or the sacred and the romantic or sensuous is really the hallmark of the Varnam. And the Varnam that's being presented today is one of my personal favorites. It's one that I've also performed myself. It's Rupamu Juchi in Todi Ragam Aditalam. And just to give you a little bit of a synopsis of this line by line, Rupamu Juchi Valachi Vachitini is, in, of course, the language of Telugu. Rupamu Juchi refers to the form. So Rupamu Juchi, upon seeing your beautiful form, I came to you filled with love. Kopamu Seyakura Sami Inta. Why are you so indifferent towards me? Why do you pretend to be angry with me? Why do you ignore me like this, my Lord? After all, Tapatraya Harude Ivelayu. Aren't you the one who has so much compassion that you have the power to remove everybody's sins? Aren't you such a great God? Aren't you such a great man to be able to do that? But with me, you're just indifferent? Sri Tyagaraja Swami Idemi. Why are you being like this, O Tyagaraja Swami? So just to give you a little bit more of a context about this, Tyagaraja Swami is the presiding deity of the temple that is there in Tiruvarur. It's a very famous temple, especially in the history of Bharatanatyam, because it was a center for the arts. So there are certain places in Tamil Nadu where the art form of Bharatanatyam, as we know it today, and its predecessor tradition, Sadir, had flourished. Tiruvarur was really rich with the temple dance repertoire that is in Bharatanatyam to this day. And this deity is very interesting because it's a play on the iconography of Tyagaraja. So when you see him in the temple, the form of Shiva that is normally in temples that we worship is the Shiva Lingam, just the abstract symbol of Shiva. But in Tiruvarur, the form that is actually worshipped more is the deity that's taken out in procession in human form. So he is usually just clad with so much, clothing, with garlands, with jewelry, that his actual form is obscured. So the Varnam kind of plays upon this idea of, do we really know who Tyagaraja Swami is? What is it? What's behind all of this alankaram, as we call it? What's behind all of this jewelry and this paraphernalia? Does he have a heart that loves me? All those questions come out in this Varnam. So ladies and gentlemen, Riya and Megha will now present the Todi Varnam, Rupamu Juchi, and as I said, it's an Aditalam, and it's a composition of Muthuswami Dikshitar, with additional lyrics provided by Tiger Vardacharya, and it is a choreography that is vintage Kalakshetra of Rukmini Devi Arundel, who's the founder of Kalakshetra, and the institution where tonight's guru, Srimati Tatyana Popova, was also a student at. So ladies and gentlemen, Rupamu Juchi.
na tom tam. Ta ta ki ta na ka jom. Ta ri ki ta sa ka tam. Ta ta ki ta na ka jom. Ta ri ki ta sa ka tam. Ta ta ki ta na ka jom. Ta ri ki ta sa ka. Ta ta ki ta na ka jom. Ta ri ki ta sa ka tam. Ta ta ki ta na ka jom. Ta ri ki ta sa ka. Ta ta ki ta na ka jom. Ta ri ki ta sa ka tam. Ta ta ki ta na ka jom. Ta ri ki ta sa ka. Ta ta ki ta na ka jom. Ta ri ki ta sa ka tam. Ta ta ki ta na ka jom. Ta kun ta ri ki ta sa ka. Ta ta ki ta na ka sa ka jom. Ta kun ta ri ki ta sa ka jom. Ta ka nam. Ta ka rum. Ta ka dim tam. Ta ta ki ta sa ki ta di ki ta sa. Di ta. Ki ta ki ta ri ta tom tam. Ta ta ki ta sa ki ta di ki ta sa. Di ta. Ki ta ki ta ri ta tom tam. Ta ta ki ta sa ki ta di ki ta sa lan. Ta ta ki ta ki ta ri ta tom.
రూపము చూచి వలచి వచ్చి తిని 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 రూపము చూచి వలచి
Alan gutaka de gutaka ta dingi na tom ta di ku din gutaka ta. Din gutak ku drugotak dalan gutaka taka ta din gutaka te. Din gutak ku drugotak dalan gutaka taka ta din gutak. Din gutak taka ta din gute. Din gute ta di ku din gutaka ta din guta din guta zita. Kita ta dari na tom. Kita ta dari na tom. Kita ta dari na tom.
రూపము చూచి వలచి
Alan gutaka de gutaka ta dingi na tom tam ta ta kita na ka jom. Ta kun dari kita taka ta ta kita na ka taka jom. Ta kun dari kita taka taka jom. Ta ka nam ta ka rum ta ka dim tam. Ta ta kita di kita sa. Di ta. Kita ta dari na tom tam. Ta ta kita di kita sa. Di ta. Kita ta dari na tom tam. Ta ta kita di kita sa lan.
రూపము చూచి వలచి వచ్చి తిని కోపము సేతురా సమీయుట కోపము సేతురా సమీయుట కోపము సేతురా సమీయుట కోపము సేతురా
deku taka ta dingi na tom ta jom taka ta jom ta di kita ta tom ta jom taka ta jom ta di kita ta tom taka ta jom taka ta nam taka ta rum taka ta ta deta kita ta tom deta kita ta tom deta kita ta tom
కోపము సేతురా
dhalangu taka deku taka ta dingi na tom tam ditaka tom tam ditaka tom tam ditaka taka ditam ditaka tom tam ditaka tom tam ditaka tam ditam ditaka tam dita taka tam dite sadit kita ta tom tam dita taka tam dite sadit kita ta tom tam dita taka tam dite sadit kita ta tom
కోపము సేతురా సమీయత తపత్రయ హరుడై ఇవేలయు శ్రీ 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 తపత్రయ హరుడై
dhalangu taka deku taka ta dingi na tom taka tari ta dana ta jono ta jono ta demi ta kita ta tari ta dana ta jono ta demi ta kita taka ta dana taka ta jono taka ta demi dari kita taka ta dana ta jono ta dana ta jono kita ta tom kita ta tom kita ta tom
తపత్రయ హరుడై
dhalangu taka deku taka ta dingi na tom ta gadita ta jono dari kita taka ta gadite ta gadita ta jono dari kita taka ta gadita ta jono ta gadita demi ta kita ta dita kadin dinato
తపత్రయ హరుడై ఇవేలయు శ్రీ త్యాగరాజ స్వామి ఇదేమి త్యాగరాజ స్వామి ఇదేమి శ్రీ 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 త్యాగరాజ స్వామి
dhalangu taka deku taka ta dingi na tom ta kudana kutaka dana kukina kutaka kina kujono kutaka jono kudede kutaka ta jom ta tarum taka ta gadim taka ta sakita taka ta kudana kutaka dana kukina kutaka kina kujono kutaka jono kudede kutaka ta jom ta tarum taka ta gadim taka ta sakita taka ta kudana kukina kujono kudede kuta ta jom kita ta jom kita ta jom kita దరిద్రతం
త్యాగరాజ స్వామి
హలాంగు తక్క దెక్కు తక్క దింగిన తోం తో దిం దిం దిమి కిత తక్క తో హత్త తోం 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 కిత తక్క తో దిమి తక్క తో దిం nam తక్క తో త దిం ను తోం దరిద్రతం దరిద్రతం దరిద్రతం
త్యాగరాజ స్వామి ఇదేమి శ్రీ త్యాగరాజ స్వామి ఇదేమి శ్రీ గమ పగ మదప గప మగరి దని దని సరి గమ నిద గమ ప గమ పగ మదప గప మగరి దని దని సరి గమ నిద గమ ప దప గ గమ గ మద దని 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 సరి గరి నిద మగరి స ని సరి జూపము జూచి వలచి గమ పగ మదప గప మగరి దని దని సరి గమ నిద గమ ప దప గమ పగ మదప గప మగరి దని దని సరి గమ నిద గమ ప గ గమ గ మద దని 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 సరి గరి నిద మగరి స ని సరి రూపము చూచి వలచి వచ్చి తిని కోపము సేతురా ఈ వేళను నీ చరితములను నిండారు ప్రేమతో ఈ వేళను నీ చరితములను నిండారు ప్రేమతో సేవించి నీదు పరాక్రమములనే బాగుమీరగా కొనియాడి తిని ఈ వేళను నీ Magarini sagari ma gani dari ni da magare gamara koti sundara kara mara koti sundara kara sumashara mula chirimi gulanu nogilini ಬಲಪುನಿಲು ಪುಡ ತಗುಣನಿ ಅರುಣಮಿದಿರ ಸುಮಚರ ಮೂಲ ಚಿರಿಮಿ ಗುಲನು ನೋಗಿಲಿನಿ ಬಲಪುನಿಲು ಪುಡ ತಗುಣ ತರುಣಮಿದಿರ ಸುಮಚರ ಮೂಲ ಚಿರಿಮಿ ಗುಲನು ನೋಗಿಲಿನಿ ಬಲಪುನಿಲು ಪುಡ ತಗುಣ ತರುಣಮಿದಿರ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ಸರಿ ಗರಿ ಗ ಮದ ಗ ಮದನಿ ಮದನಿ ಸದನಿ ಸರಿನಿ ಗರಿ ನಿದ ನಿದ ಮಗರಿ ನಿ ರೇ ಗ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ಕರ ದನಿ ದ ಮದ ಮಗ ಗ ಮಗರಿ ರೇ ಗರಿ ಸ ನಿದ ನಿ ಸರಿ ಗ ಮನಿದ ಸರಿ ಗರಿ ಗ ಮದ ಗ ಮದನಿ ಮದನಿ ಸದನಿ ಸರಿ ನಿ ಗರಿ ನಿದ ನಿದ ಮಗರಿ ನಿ ರೇ ಗ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ಕರ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ಕರ ಸಾರ ಗುಣು ನೇದು ಚರಣಾಲಯಮೆ ಮಾನಸಮು ನುಂಚಿತಿಗ ಸರಸುಡ ಸಾರ ಗುಣು ನೀದು ಚರಣಾಲಯಮೆ ಮಾನಸಮು ನುಂಚಿತಿಗ ಸರಸುಡ ಕನತರ ಮಗುವೆಲೆಯು ಶ್ರೀ ತ್ಯಾಗೇಶ್ವರ ಚಲಮಿಗ ವಲದು ವಲದು ಪ್ರೋಚು ಕರುಟ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸಾರ ಗುಣು ನೀದು ಚರಣಾಲಯಮೆ ಮಾನಸಮು ನುಳ್ಚಿತಿಗ ಸರಸುಡ ಕನತರ ಗೌಮಲಯು ಶ್ರೀ ತ್ಯಾಗೇಶ್ವರ ಚಲಮಿಗ ವಲದು ಬಲದು ಪ್ರೋಚು ಕರುಡ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ಕರ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ಕರ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ಕರ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ ಕರ ಮಾರ ಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ
That was a wonderful start to the first half of this Arangetram. I know at the very beginning I had mentioned that Megha and Riya were girls, but they certainly did not perform like that. These are some talented young women who are going to do great things in dance, I'm sure. Give it up for them. Thank you. And please, one more round of applause for our incredible musicians for this afternoon's Arangetram. We will be taking a pause, but not exactly an intermission at this time. Megha and Riya just need a few minutes to change into their second costume for the second half of the performance. In the meantime, I would like to invite the families of the Ajay family and the Shah family, as well as Megha and Riya's friends, to come up to the stage. And they would like to share some messages of love, some messages of support through a slideshow presentation and some videos. Ladies and gentlemen, the families and friends of Megha and Riya. So while we wait for them to come onto the stage, one of the great things about doing an Arangetram in this era is that family members and loved ones can join in from around the world, so thanks to technology. Also, thank you and acknowledgement to the sound and the lighting team in the back. Thank you so much for doing such a great job. If we could start with setting up the slideshow presentation. So for those of you who are assisting with that, please do so. So I hand off the microphone now to Riya and Megha's family and friends. Please come onto the stage. Wow. Before the slide should begin,
Ajay.
Elder sister, do you want to say something? No, please. Huh? You want to go, sir? Please go. Oh, you don't.
Want to start? Come on up. Okay. First of all, I would like to say thank you to God for giving us such a great opportunity. Also, I want to say thank you to Miss Tatyana. She was wonderful. Is she around here? Or? Okay. Without her efforts and Nritya creation, this is not possible. So thank you, Miss Tatyana. I want to say thank you to a lot of volunteers, a lot of hard work that has been done today. It shows the effort. So thank you to all the volunteers who have helped us today. We began this journey about a year ago. Last September, October, we started working with Meena and Tatyana, and all the efforts are showing up here. Asha, as per Riya, Asha and Komal are the best BFF right now, and they don't know what they're going to do starting next week. So thank you, Asha. Thank you, Ajay, for being such a great co-host. Komal, do you want to say anything?
Hello, everybody. I think the mic will have to be adjusted a lot as we exit and the Ajay family takes over. Anyway, yes, namaskaram. So grateful to have each one of you here and showering your blessings, gracing this occasion for my daughter. It has been our pleasure and honor to have each one of you. Thanks a lot. For me, actually, this is a little nostalgic moment. This reminds me my Arangetram, which I did, I guess, about 40 years ago. And then my elder daughter, Ruhi, who did hers about 7 years ago. And then we are here today. So with God's grace and blessings of all our parents, friends, and family, we are able to reach this destination today. My father is here in the audience. Very grateful for his blessings. Unfortunately, my mother and my both in-laws are not here with us, but I'm sure wherever they are, they must be enjoying and applauding Riya's performance and showering their blessings and having a great time right now, watching their granddaughter perform. My brother-in-law is here, who are just like parents for both of my daughters, Ruhi and Riya. Himanshu Bhai and Sushma Bhabi. They are parents to both of my daughter. So anyway, not lengthening the speech much more, I would say please enjoy the show. And thank you again, once again, so much for coming here. Thanks, everybody.
Oh my God, it's super bright up here. I can barely see anyone, but thank you all for coming and sharing this moment with us and Riya. I know it means a lot to her and all of us as a family as well. And to Riya, I would like to say that she's truly grown into this beautiful, strong dancer that she is today. I've seen her go through many phases of life, and I've seen her grow into this mature, caring person that she is today. And I've also seen her go through many phases of her dance career, her dance journey. And when she was little, I used to teach her steps, and we'd perform at local events, and we literally have videos of her like giggling backstage because she was so excited to perform and get on stage. And you can really see that today, that she has this love and passion for dance. And now that we're so much older, I'm able to dance with her and create choreography with her, which is such a great way to bond as sisters as well. And now we have something else to bond over with her completing her Arangetram today. And like you heard my mom, this is kind of like a family tradition for us at this point, with my mom doing her Arangetram and then me 7 years ago, and now seeing my sister perform so perfectly. It's just like a full circle for us, really. So I'm really happy that all of you get to witness her passion and love for dance today. And I just wish both Megha and Riya the best of luck for all the rest of their performances. I know they've worked really hard, and thank you so much for all coming to share this.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you're all enjoying the program as much as we are. But before we'd like to begin, we would like to express how honored we are to be up here today to speak about our best friend, Riya. My name is Lisha, and I'm sure we can all agree that Riya is a remarkable dancer. But there are some things about her that I love and would like to share with you all. I first met her in honors review in 4th grade, but since then we had many incredible experiences together. She always has my back and is one of the most loyal people I've ever met. She's also incredibly funny, with enough humor and jokes to bring you back up when you're feeling down. So Riya, if you hear this, thank you so much for always being there for me. I wish you the best of luck, and thank you all for listening.
Hi everyone, my name is Ravini, and I'd like to start by thanking you all for being here, and also to Riya for asking us to speak for her. Ever since we met at lunch in 7th grade, we've been best friends, and I've seen her grow in so many ways. She's not only become an amazing dancer, but a wonderful person as well, and I'm so glad to be able to call her my friend. Words can't express how proud we all are of her, and seeing her hard work pay off like this has been an amazing experience. So I'd like to wish both Riya and Megha the best of luck in both of their journeys as dancers. Thank you.
Thank you all for enjoying the performance so far today, and it has been a pleasure to meet all of you who have supported Riya through her journey. Riya has been my best friend for almost 12 years, and throughout this time, I've watched her work endlessly to grow in dance, but also in life. From our games of hide and seek in elementary school to our middle school vacation to Disney World, Riya has always been extremely loyal and caring, and I wouldn't trade our friendship for anything. I'm so thankful our adventures together have led us here today to her Arangetram. Of course, her love and devotion to dance are remarkably inspiring, and I'm beyond proud to watch her finally showcase her passion on stage today, following a lifetime of her hard work. Once again, thank you, and I hope you can all appreciate the dedication it took these girls to perform today. And of course, enjoy the show.
Sagureshanam. Bharatanatyam is a major form of Indian classical dance originated from Tamil Nadu, which is based on the Natya Shastra of Bharatanatyam. And I am very proud and happy to know that for the Arangetram today in the Balaji temple premises of Bridgewater. And I am also now talking from Tamil Nadu, where the Bharatanatyam is originated. My sincere blessing and best wishes to Megha Ajay. I am also taking this opportunity to thank Tatyana, who is a multi-talented artist from the Kalakshetra, who is taking all her life to spread this Indian classical form. ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ദേശീയ നൃത്തരൂപം എന്ന സ്ഥാനം അലങ്കരിക്കുന്ന ഭരതനാട്യം ഇന്ന് മേഘ അജയ് ബാലാജി ടെമ്പിൾ പ്രീമിസസിൽ അരങ്ങേറ്റം കുറിക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ള സന്തോഷം തരുന്ന വാർത്തയാണ്. എൻ്റെ കുഞ്ഞിന് എല്ലാവിധ ആശംസകളും ദൈവകാരുണ്യവും ഉണ്ടാകട്ടെ. നമുക്കറിയാം ഭരതനാട്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ശിവന്റെ ആണ് ഭരതനാട്യത്തിന്റെ ദൈവം എന്നറിയപ്പെടുന്നത്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ശിവസ്തുതിയാണ്. ഈ കലയുടെ ഉദ്ദേശശുദ്ധി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ ഉള്ളിലെ ദൈവത്തെ അറിഞ്ഞ് ആ ഉള്ളിലെ ദൈവത്തെ ഈ പ്രപഞ്ച സത്യമായി ചേർത്ത് നിർത്തുക. യൂണിഫിക്കേഷൻ ഓഫ് സെൽഫ് കോൺഷ്യസ്നസ് ടു ദ സുപ്രീം കോൺഷ്യസ്നസ്. അപ്പോൾ ദൈവകരമായ ഈ ഒരു കലാവിരുന്ന് എല്ലാവർക്കും നന്മകളും സ്നേഹവും പകരുവാൻ, ശാന്തിയും സമാധാനവും പകരുവാൻ കഴിയട്ടെ എന്ന് ആശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് മേഘയുടെ അച്ഛനും അമ്മയ്ക്കും ഒപ്പം തന്നെ ഈ ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള കലാരൂപങ്ങളെ പ്രോത്സാഹിപ്പിക്കുന്ന അതിനുവേണ്ട ഊർജ്ജ സ്രോതസ്സായി നിൽക്കുന്ന എല്ലാ സുഹൃത്തുക്കൾക്കും, എൻ്റെ അമേരിക്കൻ സുഹൃത്തുക്കൾക്ക് നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. സഗുരേശനം.
ഹായ് ചിച്ചുകുട്ടി, ഗുഡ് മോർണിംഗ് മോളു. മോളുടെ ഡാൻസിന് അരങ്ങേറ്റത്തിന് അമ്മുമ്മയുടെ എല്ലാവിധ ഹൃദയം നിറഞ്ഞ ആശംസകൾ കേട്ടോ മോളു. നന്നായിട്ട് കളിക്കണം, സന്തോഷമായിട്ടിരിക്കണം കേട്ടോ. അമ്മമ്മയുടെ പ്രാർത്ഥന എപ്പോഴും മോളുടെ കൂടെ ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും. ഓക്കെ, ദൈവം നല്ല അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ. Always bless you. God always bless you, Molu.
All the best, Chichu. Best, Chichu.
All the best, Chichi.
All the best, Chichu.
All the best, Chichu.
Dear Megha,
Wishing you all the best.
Ladies, first of all, let me thank each one of you for being present here, taking your time on a Sunday afternoon to support both Riya and Megha. In fact, I didn't expect this much of a love for us. The last 1 year has been a kind of a roller coaster ride in our family for us. In fact, I was not with them for most of the last year. I just came for a couple of weeks back. So whole credit for this goes to Asha. All I did is just to print some brochures. That's all I did from India. So I don't have any words because I did not prepare much for this. Coming to Megha, what I remember is an afternoon in 2007 at Littlefoot Montessori in Bangalore, when this small girl in a orange and green dress had her 15 seconds of glory when she was kind of wowing all the around 100 people. And in fact, I remember some of the parents came to us and asked, oh, is she your daughter? Oh, she's doing great. So that is a moment of truth for me. When I just saw that this little girl, this little soul is meant to dance, is born to dance. And from then onwards, we just put her into different dance schools. She had learned from 3 years of age, she has learned this dance, Bharatanatyam, different styles. So when we moved to US, in fact, we did not have any clue like how we will continue this her classes. And I think like we were Googling, or I think we were just passing through the Tenant Road when we saw this Nritya Creations board. And we just casually walked in and we met Meena. And she was introducing all the teachers and all that. And she said Tatyana. And we never knew about any of those people. And it was more of amusement for us, like, okay, Tatyana is there. Then we just checked about her background. And in fact, I was really wowed, like how a person from Kazakhstan could spend so much of energy and effort to learn a foreign dance form. And so that showed her dedication. And I knew that Megha is in the right place. And thanks to Meena for giving all the support to Megha. In fact, Megha has participated in a lot of competitions for, and she was made part of the Nritya Creations performing company. Thanks a lot for that. Thanks to all her friends who has been part of her journey through all these years. What else? So I should not leave this podium without thanking some of my friends. Because I said like the last 1 year has been a roller coaster for us. Not only that, in fact, Asha lost her father this year in January, and we did not want to do this show, but then her mom said, okay, it's okay. He will be the happiest person. That's why we thought, okay, let's not cancel this and we'll just do it. I still remember the day in which her father called me and said, Ajay, I'm just going to the hospital. That was the last word I heard. He was a very jovial person. In fact, those who know Madhav, he's kind of Madhav is kind of a replica of Asha's father. Hope he is watching this from the heavens and enjoying this. I just want to thank all the friends who were supporting Asha during my absence. In fact, I personally called some of you during that day, and all of you rushed to our house and was consoling her. I could not do. I could not think about what to tell to her, but some of you were there in person consoling her. And once again, I know that words will not be enough for thanking each one of you. That's it. Enjoy the rest of the evening. I hope you have enjoyed all this while. The girls have put a lot of effort, and I have to definitely thank Komal, Saurabh. In fact, those who are in the project management, you have to see that project tracker Saurabh has prepared, so detailed. This event would not happen if that project tracker was not there. And in fact, he was keeping all the cool. Thanks, Saurabh and Komal, and of course, Riya, Ruhi. Thanks a lot. Thanks to all those people who are supporting us for decorating this stage and outside. Thanks again. Give it to Asha.
Hi everyone. I'm actually Ajay took a lot of time, so I'll just make it pretty short. Thanks for all and everyone who are here today. It's been a tremendous journey, every bit, every minute, every day. It was like all friends here. You know that all of my relatives except Sanjeevan family in US, everybody is in India. But I never felt it like that. I have a family of friends here. I have to really take their names. Please bear with me for 1 minute. Lata Nair and family, Sindhu and family, Nisha Jeffrey and family, Didi and family, Preeta and family, Chitra family, and Natasha and family. Ajay told Natasha used to run to my house. So yeah, Natasha and family. And I don't know whether I missed anybody. But not literally, intentional. But yeah, really, I had really a family of friends here. And last but not least, Saurabh, and Komal have been very wonderful from the day one, and Riya being a great partner for Megha, and thank you to Ruhi as well. So yeah, I know Nritya Creations I have seen. It's been all the Arangetrams has been very emotional, and I really took a vow that I'm not going to be emotional on stage. So I understand why it's going to be emotional. There's a lot which goes behind this whole thing. So with that, thank you again, all of you, and yeah, for blessing the girls and being here today. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Megha's brother, Mara. I actually, never see, Megha's dedication to dance too much until I saw it like last year. Last year, she's been just going to these random places, dancing for hours, coming back home with a broken leg and like sleeping on the floor. That sometimes it happened. I remember one time, like she came back from like I think this was like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, she just like came back, slept on the beanbag, and I literally had to wake up at 12 o'clock just to go call her. It was like, Megha, wake up! And she'd just be saying these random things. It was like, I don't know. It was weird, but it really did show how like. Not really how dedicated, but how much work she has really put in it. Her tiredness, her fatigue, it really showed how much hard work she has really put into this. I think I remember seeing her first dance in Bangalore. She was like wearing this like purple skirt or something. She was like spinning around. I think that was the first time I saw it. But yeah, I didn't know she would like take it this far to having a Arangetram here. So it's really great to see my big sister do this. She has been a really good influence in my life. She's been helping a lot, homework, studies, SAT. She may not be like a really famous person, but she's considered a celebrity to me. That's what I would say. I got nothing else to say. Thank you so much for coming.
I would like to invite Cheryl and Megha's friends from Biotech. They have been a great support for her this year. I'd like to have them on stage. Will not take more time. And yeah, please, Cheryl, and please come on.
Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good time. My name is Cheryl. My name is Priyanka.
And my name is Nishka.
And this is Nadine, Sabrina, and Mira, and we're Megha's friends from Biotech.
And we have all known Megha for the past 4 years, and we can all say for sure that Megha is definitely one of the most kindest, caring, and best friends a person could ever have.
She's the person we can always count on to bring a smile to everyone's face and light up the room. Seriously, we can pick her out just by her laugh at this point.
Whether it's coming up with TikTok dances, binge watching shows at 3 a.m., or running away from birds at the beach, we can always count on Megha to be there and make us laugh.
I know that we're all going our separate ways this year and we'll all be in different places, but just know that we'll always be there for you, Megha, if you're listening. We know that you're going to slay in everything that you do, and we can't wait to see all your future endeavors and accomplishments.
One more thing, we're gonna be visiting you all the time, so be prepared for like 10 extra people to be in your dorm room at all times.
We love you so much, and congrats on your Arangetram, Megha and Riya. Thank you.
Hi,
My name is Mira. I didn't have a speech written, so this is going to be very off the book. I haven't known Megha for as long as any of the others. I'm kind of younger than her, but I have been with her for the past 2 years-ish, so really the thick of the Arangetram planning. And honestly, I haven't seen anyone take this as well as she did, because we choreograph dances outside of traditional Bharatanatyam together, and even while throughout this entire process, she's been so dedicated to all the dances, and it's just amazing to see how she's able to dedicate herself to so many different things at once and excel in all of them. And she's honestly such a role model for me as a dancer and as a person in all fields. So Megha, you're doing great. If you can hear me, you're gonna do amazing. Just know we're all rooting for you. I'm speaking for all of them when I say this. So thank you so much for being such an inspiration to me and everyone else here, I'm sure. You're doing great.
I always say the Arangetram is not just the debut of the students who are performing on stage. It's also the debut of the families into the world of professional dance. If there's one thing about dance, it has a great tendency to bring so many people together, but the center of the universe is always the dancer. So if you noticed in the preparation for the Arangetram, it's always a team effort. Dance is very involved. But at the same time, it was really heartening to see all of the families and friends speak about Megha and Riya, because this is, as I said, an auspicious event that is shared by the community at large. So ladies and gentlemen, to keep the performance going, I'd like to take a quick moment to introduce to you the violinist for this Arangetram, Srimati Radhika Devarajan. Srimati Radhika Devarajan started learning Carnatic violin at the age of 9 from Sri S.V. Ramachandran in Bombay, and later underwent advanced training under Padma Shri A. Kanyakumari and Sri Vitthal Ramamurthy, Professor R. Subbalakshmi, and Srimati Kalyani Ramani. With the advantage of learning with so many gurus, Radhika has been able to develop and create her own style of playing and rendition. And she took her passion for Carnatic music further by starting Swaradhika. And her students perform regularly, both solo and in groups, participating in local and national music festivals, fundraising events, and concerts. Her students have won several prizes in competitions conducted by Cleveland, Aradhana, and Simana. So we continue with the second half of the Arangetram with a solo by Riya, the Todeya Mangalam, in Raga Malika, Tala Malika, a composition of Purandara Dasa, and choreography by Sri K. Mohanan. So in the first half, we began with a temple ritual dance that has been adapted to the stage, the Kautham. In the second half, we also bring to the stage a temple ritual dance that has been adapted as well, the Todeya Mangalam. Like the Kautham, it was also designed to invoke auspicious energy in the space for ritual and for dance. The difference between the Kautham and the Todeya Mangalam is that a Kautham has snippets, has small little snippets of lyrics, whereas the Todeya Mangalam has longer passages which are enacted along with jatis that you saw in the first half. Those jatis will also come back in this piece, and they are interspersed between lyrical passages. And this Todeya Mangalam is in praise of Lord Rama. Ladies and gentlemen, Riya will now present Todeya Mangalam.
भगवते तुभ्यं गणनादाय धीमहि उमाशम्भो कृपा पूर्णे उमाशम्भो कृपा पूर्णे उमारागजते नमः उमारागजते नमः जगणक जणुतं तद्दीं तकदीं जणुतकदिमि जणुतकदिमि जगणक तगदं जद्दीं तकदीं जणुतकदिमि जणुतकदिमि जगणक जणुतं तद्दीं 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 तकदीं जणुतकदिमि जणुतकदिमि जगणक जणुतं जणतरिकिड जगणक तरिकिड जगणक तरिकिड जगणक तरिकिड दणु दणुतं ताकुजे कुतक जे कुतण कुतक तकदिमि तकदिं तकदिमितं ताकुजे कुतक जे कुतण कुतक तकदिमि तकदिं तकदिमितं ताकुजे कुतक जे कुतण कुतक तकदिमि तकदिं तकदिमितं जणु जणुतं धिमि धिमितं जणु जणुतं जय जानकी कान्त जय साधु जन विनुत जय तु महिमानन्द जय भाग्यवन्त जय 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 जानकी कान्त जय साधु जन विनुत जय तु महिमानन्द जय भाग्यवन्त जय 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 जानकी कान्त जय साधु जन विनुत जय तु महिमानन्द जय भाग्यवन्त जय जय
Drukur taka drukur taka taka 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 dalam ruta dinginato jom ta rita janna ta rita danna dannata jonno jonnutta ta dinginato ta dinginato ta dinginato
दशरथात्मज वीर दशकण्ड संहार दशरथात्मज वीर दशकण्ड संहार पशुपतीश्वर नित्य पावन चरित दशरथात्मज वीर दशकण्ड संहार पशुपतीश्वर नित्य पावन चरित कुसुम बाण स्वरूप कुशल कीर्ति कलाप असम साहस शिक्ष अम्बुजदलाक्ष कुसुम बाण स्वरूप कुशल कीर्ति कलाप असम साहस शिक्ष अम्बुजदलाक्ष दशरथात्मजवीर दशखण्ड संहार पशुपतीश्वर नित्य पावन चरित्र कुसुम बाण स्वरूप कुशल कीर्ति कलाप असम साहस शिक्ष अम्बुजदलाक्ष समगान विलोल साधुजन परिपाल कमितात पदार्थ कीर्ति संजात समगान विलोल साधुजन परिपाल कमितात पदार्थ कीर्ति संजात समगान विलोल साधुजन परिपाल कमितात पदार्थ कीर्ति संजात सोम सूर्य प्रकाश सकल लोकाधीश श्री महा रघुवीर सिंधु गंभीर सोम सूर्य प्रकाश सकल लोकाधीश श्री महा रघुवीर सिंधु गंभीर समगान विलोल साधुजन परिपाल कमितार्थ पदार्थ कीर्ति संजात सोम सूर्य प्रकाश सकल लोकाधीश श्री महा रघुवीर श्रीधु संवीर सकल शास्त्र विचार शरण जन मंदार सकल शास्त्र विचार शरण जन मंदार विकसिता भुजवदन विश्वमय सदन विकसिता भुजवदन विश्वमय सदन सुकृत मोक्षाधीश साकेत पुरवास भक्तवत्सल राम पुरंदर विठलन सुकृत मोक्षाधीश साकेत पुरवास भक्तवत्सल राम पुरंदर विठलन भक्तवत्सल राम पुरंदर विठलन सकल शास्त्र विचार
din di takatam, din di takatam, din di takatakata, din di takatei, din di takatei, din di takatari kutana kutana kutina kuchono kukundari kita takatato, tari kutana kuchono kukundari kita takatato, tari kutana kuchono kukundari kita takatato, kita takatato, kita takatato.
ಭಕ್ತವತ್ಸಲ ರಾಮ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ಭಕ್ತವತ್ಸಲ ರಾಮ ರಾಮ
The next item is a composition on Devi, the mother goddess. So just to take a few moments to talk about the repertoire that you've seen today and Nritya Creations' overall vision for dance, you see that there is going to be a mix of traditional and more modern Bharatanatyam items in this performance, including the piece that you'll be seeing on Devi. So you've seen a suite of traditional compositions because at Nritya Creations, one of the hallmarks of our dance teaching method is to really root our students in a solid understanding of not only just the traditional vocabulary or the movement vocabulary of Bharatanatyam, but also to understand where it comes from, the repertoire that is traditional, and where it's heading towards now in this era of social media and in this era of technology. So the form has changed, but our students, I feel, are very well equipped to not only handle the traditional compositions that you've seen, but also to be able to tackle more contemporary compositions, which often blend movement vocabularies. And as Meena had mentioned, Nritya Creations not only trains our students in classical dance, in Bharatanatyam Kathak, but also in Indo-contemporary ballet and modern and Bollywood styles as well. So you'll see a mixing of styles, but still rooted in the very traditional movement vocabulary of Bharatanatyam in the piece by Devi, which will be presented by Megha. And Goddess Devi, of course, represents the feminine creative energy of the universe. And what's interesting about this particular piece is that it weaves together some of the well-known prayer songs or slokams and songs together in sort of a medley. But that medley describes all the various facets and personas and manifestations of the goddess. So, for example, you'll see her as Amba, the Divine Mother, Raja Rajeshwari, who is the ruler of the three worlds, Bhairavi, who is the terrifying one, Katyayani, who is the fierce warrior who is clad in red, and Shambhavi, the beloved of Shiva. Ladies and gentlemen, Megha will present Devi in Ragamalika, Talamalika, a musical composition of Rajkumar Bharati, and choreography is by Neha Mundal Chakravarti.
श्रीमते शिव प्रियाय नमो नमः ॐ ह्रीं ह्रीं 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 श्रीमते शिव प्रियाय नमो नमः ॐ ह्रीं श्रीमते शिव प्रियाय नमो नमः ॐ ह्रीं श्रीमते शिव प्रियाय नमो नमः ॐ श्रीमते शिव प्रियाय नमो नमः शिव प्रियाय नमो नमः शाम्भवी चन्द्रमौली रमणाभरणाम् उमा पार्वती काली हैमवती शिवात्रिनयनी कात्यायनी भैरवी सावित्री नवयौवन शुभकरी साम्राज्यलक्ष्मी प्रदा चित्रूपी परदेवता भाग्यवती श्री राजेश्वरी रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि दिशो जहि 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 अर्धनारीश्वरम् आराध्ययामि सततम् अत्रिभृगु वसिष्ठादिमुनिजृन्दवन्दितौ श्रीयर्धनारीश्वरम् आराध्ययामि सततम् अत्रिभृगु वसिष्ठादिमुनिवृन्दवन्दितौ श्रीयर्धनारीश्वरम् Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya cha Namah Shivaya. Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yesho Dehi Dvisho Jagi. Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yesho Dehi Disho Jagi. Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yesho Dehi Disho Jagi. Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yesho Dehi Disho Jagi.
Ta kuta 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 tam kita tim kita ta kuta tam kita tim kita ta kuta tam kita tim kita
Shivaruda Mahavimam Moravamsha Jaganmuhi Chaturpujam Kandamundam Varabhayagaram Shivam Mandamalakaram Dehi Jagachitmakadigambaram Devachintaye Kali Smasharam Jayavasini Smasharam Jayavasini Smasharam Jayavasini.
Tajom tajom dim tadim 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 tajom 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 dim tadim 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 tajom 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 tam tajom 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 tam 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 tam.
Nityanandakari Varabhayakari Saundarya Ratnakari. Nirdutakila Ghora Papanikari Pratyaksha Maheshwari Praleyachala Vamsha Pavanakari Kashi Kashi Puradishwari Viksham Dehi Kripavalambanakari Mata Annapurneshwari
Sri J. Gandhi on the Bansuri. He's an accomplished and multifaceted artist based in New York City, whose work is centered on Hindustani classical music. A senior disciple of Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia, he maintains a busy schedule of touring and teaching, as well as being a founding member of a prominent New York City-based musicians collective, Brooklyn Raga Massive. His parallel explorations in American jazz have led him to perform with Ravi Coltrane, Reggie Workman, Jeff Tain Watts, and Pharoah Sanders, just to name a few. Ladies and gentlemen, Sri J. Gandhi. I know I've mentioned that Rupa Mujuchi is one of my favorite items, but the next item is very close to my heart, and it'll be presented by both Megha and Riya. My favorite genre in the Bharatanatyam repertoire is the padam. And the reason why I love the padam is that it allows us to change the mood a bit in a performance. And so if you follow the trajectory of a Bharatanatyam performance, we have these highs in this that basically peak in the Vadnam, and then we come down in terms of energy, not in terms of physical energy, but in terms of the focus of the music and the focus of the dance, from being Nritya and Nritya, pure and combined dance, to Abhinaya being the central focus, which is, as I had mentioned, the expressive dance part of Bharatanatyam, and one that is really special in Indian classical dance across different genres as well. So the padam is a musical genre which focuses mainly on the Shringara rasa. So if you remember from what I said about the Vadnam, Shringara is the romantic mood of expression. And so Teruvil Varano, which is in the Tamil language, represents young love, the first time that somebody falls in love. Just one comment that I need to make. So if you have children that are in the audience that are causing disturbance, please take them outside, and please take them outside quietly. As I said, we can hear a lot of disturbance in the audience, and we can also see, thank you. So going back to Tiruvil Varano for just a second. So padam generally is a slower composition, but one that really highlights the beautiful intricacies of music, the Carnatic music system. And Tiruvil Varano, as I said, is about young love. So the central figure in this composition, or Nayika, or heroine, is a young adolescent girl who has the first stirrings of love, and her object of affection is none other than Lord Shiva in the form of Nataraja, or the god of dance, who is the presiding deity of Chidambaram. The composition assumes that the girl lives in pretty close proximity to the temple, so she longs for just a single glance of Lord Nataraja, just to signal that he hears her, he sees her, and maybe even loves her. So she says, Teruvil Varano yene satre tirumbi parano. Will he come on the road that I live upon? And what do I mean by that? He'll come in procession along the road that she lives on. Yene satre, I just have a small wish. Tirumbi parano. Will he turn and look at me? And the song goes on to say, basically, she tried many ways to reach out to him, hoping that Lord Nataraja would appear at her vasal, or the entrance to her house. She sends messages of love. So another recurring motif in Bharatanatyam, especially in Abhinaya, is that the connection between the soul, represented by, of course, this young girl, or Nayika, and the Paramatma, or the divine entity, in the form of Shiva, that connection is often mediated by a go-between. And so that go-between is a messenger in the form of a Saki, could be in the form of a bird, the form of a deer, in the form of the wind, nature itself. Either way, there's an intermediary between the soul and the divine. And so in the Padam, you'll see both the stirrings of romantic love for the first time in this young heroine, coupled, of course, with her intense devotion to Lord Nataraja. And this, as I said, will be presented by Megha and Riya. So Thiruvil Varano is in Kammas Ragam, Rupakatalam, a composition of Muttu Tandavar, and the choreography is by Anandi Ramachandran. Ladies and gentlemen, Thiruvil Varano.
வாசகம் சொல்வானோ வாசல் முன்னிலானோ எனக்கொரு 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 வாசகம் சொல்வானோ நேசமாய் புல்லேனோ கழல் வைத்த ராசனை வெல்லேனோ தேசிகனம் பலவானம் நடம் பூரி தேவாதி தேவன் சிதம்பரநாதன் தேசிகனம் பலவானம் நடம் பூரி தேவாதி தேவன் சிதம்பரநாதன் தெருவில் வரனோ என்னை சற்றே திரும்பி பாரானோ தெருவில் வரனோ போது போகவில்லையே எனக்கொரு தூது சொல்வாரில்லையே போது போகவில்லையே எனக்கொரு தூது சொல்வாரில்லையே போது போகவில்லையே எனக்கொரு தூது சொல்வாரில்லையே போது போகதில்லையே எனக்கொரு தூது சொல்வாரில்லையே ஈதறிதேனில்லையே என் மேல் குற்றம் யாதொன்றுமில்லையே ஈதறிதேனில்லையே என் மேல் குற்றம் யாதொன்றும் இல்லையே தேவரும் மாலும் மூவாயிரவரும் வீணவர் தோழ ஆடிய பாதம் தேவரும் மாலும் மூவாயிரவரும் வீணவர் தோழும் ஆடிய பாதம் தேவரும் மாலும் மூவாயிரவரும் வீணவர் போம் ஆடிய பாதம் தெருவில் வரனோ என்னை சற்று திரும்பி பாரானோ தெருவில் வரனோ என்னை சற்று திரும்பி பாரானோ தெருவில் வரனோ நடராஜன் நடராஜன்
So the next item is another genre of dance music associated with abhinaya or expressive dance in Bharatanatyam, and this is the Ashtapadhi. The Ashtapadhi that is being presented comes from a work called the Gita Govinda, which is composed in the 12th century by Jayadeva. And the Gita Govinda is a collection or a suite of 24 songs that are just perfectly composed for music and dance. And so it's a beloved work that has traveled not only from its origin source in the state of Orissa, but throughout the entire Indian subcontinent. So you'll have traditions of renditions in dance and music of the Gita Govinda as far northeast as Assam, as far north as Kashmir, and as far west as Rajasthan and Gujarat, and as far down south as Kerala, Tamil Nadu as well. And because you'll see why, the Sanskrit language that is used in the Gita Govinda is absolutely stunningly beautiful. And it describes so beautifully through poetry and through metaphor the love between Radha and Krishna, which is just absolutely sublime but tumultuous. And so with the Gita Govinda, what will be presented today is the fifth song in the Gita Govinda, Rase Harimiha. And this paints the scene of the conflict in the Gita Govinda. So it takes place during a very auspicious time in the Gokulam, or the village where the gopis and Krishna and Radha live. And what's going on in this circumstance is something a bit secretive. So imagine that you are in a thicket in the forest and there's a clearing. Krishna and the Gopikas are engaged in a collective dance called the Rasalila. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it, especially in Gujarat with the Garba Ras being very famous during Navaratri. So this is a dance between Krishna and the Gopikas, and it's a dance of utter happiness, of lovemaking, of frolicking, of flirtation. And of course, Radha expects to have an intimate moment with Krishna in this thicket, but what does she find? Krishna gallivanting with all the Gopikas. So Radha is just completely heartbroken and shattered because she was hoping for some alone time with Krishna, but what she sees really, really upsets her. And she tells her Sakhi, or her friend, "See how they mock me as they dance to Krishna's intoxicating flute. See how Krishna's beautiful earrings and peacock feather atop of his head sway to the rhythm. My friend, my heart just cannot bear it." This will be presented by Megha and Riya, and Rase Harimiha has been composed in Todi Ragam, Adi Talam, and it is a choreography of Srimati Rukmini Devi Arundale, the founder of Kalakshetra. Ladies and gentlemen, Rase Harimiha.
Riga sa ma da ni da ma ga re da ma ni da sa ni ri ni sa da ni sa da ga ri sa ga ri ni sa ni ri ni sa da ni ma da ga ma da ni da ga ri da ga ri ma ga ri ni ri ni da ni ma da ga ri sa ni da ma ga ri sa ni ra se hari mi ga vihita vilasam smarati mano mama krita parihasam rase hari mi ga vihita vilasam smarati mano mama krita parihasam rase hari mi ga vihita vilasam smarati mano mama krita parihasam sanchara adhara sudha madhura dhvani mukharita mohana vamsham chalita drigal chala chal chala mauli kapola vilol lava vamsham sanchara adhara sudha madhura dhvani mukharita mohana vamsham chalita drig jala chal jala mauli kapola vilola vamsham rase hari mi ga vihita vilasam smarati mano mama krita parihasam chandraka charu mayura shigandaka mandala valayita kesham prakura purandara danur anural jida medhura mudira suvesham chandraka charu mayura shikhandaka mandala valayita kesham prakura purandara dhanur anural jida medhura mudira suvesham rase hari mi ga vihita vilasam smarati mano mama krita parihasam vishada kadambatale
Before we conclude this evening's Arangetram by Megha and Riya, I wanted to introduce you to the guru of Megha and Riya and the Nattuvangam artist for this Arangetram, Srimati Tatyana Popova. She's a critically acclaimed dancer, choreographer, educator, and actress. She hails from the multicultural city of Almaty, Kazakhstan. She's trained in ballet and flamenco at several prestigious academies and universities of dance, including the J. Alebekov Music and Dance Academy, the Bolshoi Ballet, and the Matilda Corral School of Dance in Sevilla, Spain. She was awarded a scholarship by ICCR, that's the Indian Council of Cultural Relations, to study Bharatanatyam for 6 years in Chennai at Kalakshetra under the tutelage of Professor A. Janardhanan and Srimati Jyotsna Menon. She completed a diploma course in Nattuvangam under Bhagavatula Sitarama Sarma Garu at Kalapeetham in Chennai, India. Tatyana was also part of Srimati Krishnaveni Lakshmanan's performing company. And she's choreographed, produced, and toured a theatrical production called Journey Across the Globe in Spain, which was recognized as the best dance production of 2012 by a major newspaper in Spain. In 2017, she produced, choreographed, and performed Gypsies, which was named by Time Out magazine in New York as a top pick. She has over 15 years of teaching experience, and since 2013, she's been a leading Bharatanatyam teacher at Nritya Creations Academy of Dance, and she also teaches Bharatanatyam for the Young Indians Cultural Group in Long Island, New York. She's also a dance instructor and choreographer for the Joffrey Ballet. Ladies and gentlemen, Srimati Tatyana Popova. So, in any Bharatanatyam performance, you'll have a concluding item which is going to bring up the energy once again after the expressive dance pieces. And this is usually in the form of a tillana. And the tillana that'll be presented today is an Atana Ragam, Adi Talam. It's a composition of Ponnaya Pillai, and the choreography is by the late Chokkalingam Pillai. So you might have heard a slip of the tongue that I just had because I introduced Tatyana as Nattuvanar. So there's a distinguishing characteristic between a Nattuvanar and a Nattuvangam artist. So the Nattuvanar community is a community of hereditary performers who specialized in dance music and dance teaching. They're known as Nattuvanars because they're the males of that family. The females of the Nattuvanar tradition tend to be the performers and those who are publicly presenting the art form that started off as Sadir and became Bharatanatyam when it was reformulated and reconfigured in the 20th century. So that's a slight slip of the tongue, which brings us to a little bit of history of the style of dance. So what is a Tilana exactly? So if you're familiar with North Indian music, you might have heard of Tatyana. You might have seen it in some of the Bollywood movies. You might have seen it in a dance performance of Kathak, for example. So a lot of the musical forms that are in India have traveled and intermingled with other traditions. So it is said that the Tatyana might have come from the north down south. Especially with the Mughal Empire expanding, a lot of those musical forms also came southwards. And so the Tilana that we know of today might have had its origins in Mughal music, which came from Afghanistan, in Persia, and then came into India and down south. So the Tilana is a concluding item. It is filled with sculptural poses, intricate musical phrases that build up to a brilliant climax. And there's usually a dedication to a deity or to a patron or to a king written in Tilanas. And in this case, this is dedicated to goddess Parvati. And the song, the Tilana, will be immediately followed by a Mangalam. And so the Mangalam is a song of benediction in which the dancer expresses their gratitude, because it's two dancers, excuse me, and prays for the continued success, peace, and prosperity for all. And so on behalf of Nritya Creations, I wanted to thank all of you for coming in, and I also wanted to thank you on behalf of the Riya, of the Shah and Ajay families as well. Thank you so much for joining us today for this most auspicious Arangetram. And I wanted to just give a few thank you and acknowledgements to the following individuals. Meena Basunag, who is the founder and director of Nritya Creations Academy of Dance. I'd like to also acknowledge and thank Srimati Ramya Shankaran for doing the costume and makeup for Riya and Megha. Video and photo provided by United Visual Media and the team of Mahesh and his team. Costumes are by Jyotsna Menon and K.R. Dressers. The brochure that you all have received is by Vishwam Digital. The beautiful stage decorations by Rama and her team. And of course, certainly last but not least, I need to thank and acknowledge the wonderful staff and volunteers at the Bridgewater Temple. Anil sir, who is the spearheading of all of what you see today. Thank you, sir. And to the team at Bridgewater Temple, thank you so much for having Nritya Creations as part of today's festivities. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to conclude with the Tilana, followed by the Mangalam, presented by Riya and Megha. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And this will be immediately followed by the formal awards ceremony to present the diplomas and certificate of completion to Megha and Riya for an extremely well job done. Give it up for them. Louder, louder, louder. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Tilana.
Tom tom tanam na udana tom tom danam nadirana 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 udana tom danam nadirana udana tom 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 tom danam nadirana நாதிரன உதன தோம் தோம் தனம் 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 நாதிரன நாதிருதானி தொந்திருதானி சரி நிச நாதிருதானி தொந்திருதானி சரி நிச சகமரிச தகதிமித ததிங்கிட துமுதன தோம் தோம் தனம் நாதிரன உதன தோம் தோம் தனம் సుదలు నీకు సాటి దైవము ఏదనచున మర్దిని దలచి నిను ఈవ సుదలు నీకు సాటి దైవము ఏదనచున మర్దిని దలచి నిను మరి మరి ఎంతో పల్కి వినౌమా పశుపతీశ్వరు నిరాణి కొమ్మ మరి మరి ఎంతో పల్కి వినౌమ పశుపతీశ్వరో నిరాణి కొమ్మ తాం తాం సగదినదాం జణుదగదిమితాం తదిగిణతోం తాం తాం సగదినదాం జణుదగదిమితాం తదిగిణతోం దిత్తళాంగు తదిగిణతోం తళాంగు తదిగిణతోం తదిగిణతోం దేవదన తోం తోం తనం నాదిరన ఉదన తోం తోం తనం నాదిరన ఉదన తోం తోం ధనం 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 ದಿನವೇ ಶುಭ ದಿನವು ಇಂದಿನ ವಾರ ಶುಭವಾರ ಇಂದಿನ ದಿನವೇ ಶುಭ ದಿನವು ಇಂದಿನ ವಾರ ಶುಭವಾರ ಇಂದಿನ ಯೋಗ ಶುಭ ಯೋಗ ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ ಶುಭಕಾರ ಇಂದು ಶ್ರೀ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲ ನಾರಾಯಣ ವೆಲಸಿನ ದಿನವೇ ಶುಭ ದಿನವು ಇಂದಿನ ದಿನವೇ ಶುಭ ದಿನವು ಇಂದಿನ ವಾರ ಶುಭವಾರ ಇಂದಿನ ವಾರ ಶುಭವಾರ ಇಂದಿನ ದಿನವೇ ಶುಭ ದಿನವು ಮಂಗಳಂ 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 Wonderful. Very awesome. Very awesome.
Take another bow, please.
Very awesome. Very awesome.
Very well done, Megha and Riya. Congratulations. There is two people who I really need to mention and thank that I didn't get a chance to earlier. Elena Nag, who has been doing such a wonderful job on the lights back there. And I'd like to thank another Nritya Creations dance student, Nitya Satish, who was really helpful backstage. Thank you. So what we're going to do now is I wanted to have all the musicians who accompanied Megha and Riya this evening to please come to the center of the stage. We'll be presenting to you a token of our appreciation on behalf of the Shah and the Ajay families. Just a moment while we set up. One more round of applause for the incredible musicians. And thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, it takes a team effort to pull off an Arangetram, and there's so many people that have made this evening the wonderful evening it is. So I'd like to first start off with our guru, Srimati Tatyana Popova. Our vocalist, Srimati Manjula Ramachandran. Our multi-percussionist, not just mridangam, he played ganjira, he played rhythm pad, Sri Murli Balachandran. Violin by Srimati Radhika Devarajan. Bansuri by Sri J. Gandhi. We'd like to call to the stage now Srimati Ramya Shankaran for her wonderful assistance with costume and makeup. And we'd like to call to the stage Elena Nag for her assistance with lights. We'd also like to invite to the stage Mr. Mahesh for his videography. Thank you. Bit of a trek from backstage, isn't it? Of course, we thank and really appreciate Nitya Satish's assistance backstage.
Thank you, Kiran. Yeah, I really would like to speak through this for Nritya and then Rani. When I speak about Nritya, I have to say that, this is a gift not just for Nritya. Her mother, Chandraja Satish, who was there with me from the day one, of planning this Arangetram till the end. Till this moment, I know she was with me. The last she asked, is all the banquet halls okay? I really thank you so much, Chandraja. And last but not least, Meena and Rani, who has been a very, very inspirational and very good support for me. So these two gifts are very special. And I would like to also say our MC Kiran has been great, very friendly, and yeah, it was very nice. And and Ramya, I don't want to forget, remember Rama is wonderful, like, I don't know, I met her for the first time, it was very nice. And last but not the least, I have to say, the musicians were awesome, I don't know. I'm like, I don't have words. So, everyone, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I would like to call Mr. Ram Shiva to the stage for his assistance with the decorations as well. Are you there, sir? Please come. Thank you for joining us, sir. And Anil Garu, if you're there, please come up on the stage. We would love to thank and acknowledge you for everything that you've done to make this Arangetram possible. He's been very easy to work with, and it's been a pleasure. This is my second Arangetram here at Bridgewater, and he's been an incredible support. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, Meena Basunag, who is the artistic director and founder of Nritya Creations. Please. Thank you. There is no Nritya Creations without Meena. Ramaji, are you here as well? We'd like to thank and acknowledge you for your assistance with decorations as well. Oh, there we go. There we go. Great. So with the presentation of the gifts, we now want to turn our attention back to the young ladies of the day, Megha and Riya. So I invite Srimati Tatyana Popova and Srimati Meena Basunag to speak a few words about the Arangetram and to congratulate and present the certificates to them as well.
I just want to say congratulations. I am extremely proud of your performance today. I had tears in my eyes watching you do each piece, solo piece, and the duets. Amazing synchronization, and I know it goes to Guru Tatyana Popova, but I know what it's like to be students and reach that potential. She makes it come out, you do it. So let's all have an applaud for the girls. They worked so hard during COVID. They were online. They studied, they practiced, they did what they were told, and they love to dance, and you see it in their soul. It's soulful dancing. And I wish you all the best as you go on to college, and I hope you keep dance as a part of your life forever, and I will miss you tremendously because they were part of my performing company. We had so much fun together doing shows, competitions, recitals. So we were one happy family, and you'll always be part of my family. Yes. Oh, and I want to thank Mr. Kiran Rajagopalan, which he brings another dimension to our Arangetrams with his knowledge and articulation and beautiful master of ceremony. Just wonderful. Thank you, Kiran. Now I would like Tatyana to present the diplomas. We would like to do that.
Okay, good evening. I was planning to speak a little bit later, so it's not my speech yet, but yeah, we are very happy to see girls graduate with today's beautiful presentation of their talent, and it was really amazing to see how you grow from small girls to be beautiful young ladies, professional dancers. So now it's your moment. It's a moment of getting diplomas right here on stage. Congratulations.
Like to present the diploma of completion for Arangetram to Riya Shah. Next, diploma, let me announce it. The diploma of Arangetram completion to Megha Ajay.
Again, at the end, I would like to say thank you to all the volunteers who help us out from Ajay and family side, as well as my side, especially Rambai, Dilipbai, Devangbai, Amit, Swati, Sridevi. No, you guys did not help. Devangbai, Himanshu.
Devang, Sweeta, Devangbai, Sridevi, Himanshu Bhai, Sushma Babe, Rupa, yes. So please forgive me if I'm missing any names. But yeah, without your cooperation and support, we would not have been able to accomplish this Bhagirath Karya. So yeah. Yes, thanks once again to everybody.
Once again, thanks a lot for taking time this afternoon, spending your precious time to support the kids. Hope you have enjoyed the show. To Komal, Asha, myself, Saurabh, we just were behind him. Troubled him a lot, so sorry for that. So whatever you see here, because of his support, primarily his support, I don't know how to thank him beyond this, because he's doing this all as an all-India work. So much of time he has dedicated for. In fact, I think whole week he's having, all the week, throughout the week they are having program here, and all the time he is in this auditorium, around this auditorium. Such a nice person. Thanks a lot, Anil. And of course, Paul as well, who is behind the audio. Thanks, Paul. Once again, thanks to all the volunteers from Bridgewater Temple. Thanks again, friends. Thanks a lot for your time.
Excuse us, we didn't finish yet because girls would like to say something on their behalf, and I will conclude after them. Riya and Megha, please. I know it's a lot of speeches. Everyone wants to thank everybody who's been part of it.
Hi, I'll keep this short because I know we all want to eat the delicious food. So first of all, I hope you guys really enjoyed the show. Everyone put a lot of effort into this. There were so many people involved, and like if I was to list everyone, I'd be here the entire night. But I really want to thank everyone, including the amazing musicians. They put this together so well. They made us feel so comfortable with this like live music thing, and they were so patient with us throughout the entire process. So I really want to thank each and every one of them. Thank you. I also want to thank the decorators, the entire decoration team. Without them, this place would be kind of empty and boring, but they made it look so amazing. I want to thank you all. And I want to thank Riya's family because her parents and her sister and my parents and my brother, they work together so well, and they put this entire thing together. They've been working probably more than us to put this together, and I'm so grateful for them, really. Like my dad said before, they had this entire like planning thing, and I was like, wow, I could never, but like they did it so well. And I honestly can't believe I'm making this speech right now because like every time I imagined this day, I didn't imagine it ending. I only imagined the beginning where I was like stressing out in the back. That did happen, but now it's over. And I'm really, really thankful for Ms. Tatyana because she's put in so much effort into this, even with her busy schedule and taking care of her daughter. She's been through it all with us, English, but she's really helped us so much. I was like looking at old videos of myself dancing, and I realized just how much I'd grown because of her. And I'm really the dancer that I am today only because of you, Ms. Tatyana. Thank you so much. I also want to thank my parents because, like they said before, this year's been kind of hard, but they made me emotional. I was listening backstage, and I was gonna cry, but the sweat covered up the tears. But that's so. I'm not gonna spend too much longer. Thank you so much for everything, and thank you so much for supporting. And thank you, Riya. We've gotten so much closer over the past year or so, and I want to thank you. Okay, I'll give it to Riya now. Also, I want to thank my car because it drove around a lot the past year, and I think it's ready to retire.
Hi everyone, I'm going to stand here because I think I'm too short for the podium, but I don't know if I can beat Megha's speech, but I just want to start off by thanking each and every one of you for coming out and spending your Sunday with us, because I know that both Megha and I have worked a lot to put together this performance to the best of our abilities, and it means a lot to share our love for dance with all of you guys. And of course, today could not have been possible without the support and talent given by Ms. Tatyana and Meena Auntie. I genuinely am very blessed and grateful to have been taught and led through this journey by Ms. Tatyana. Her encouragement and talent is something that I will forever cherish when it comes to dance. This entire event could also never have happened without the support and involvement of both Megha and I's families. I want to thank Megha's parents and Megha's brother for always being there for both of us and piecing together this day perfectly and putting everything in place. And of course, I want to thank my whole family, my mom, my dad, and my sister for working tirelessly, from my sister creating my guest book to my mom buying protein shakes and my dad doing all the handiwork and everything. I'm very grateful for everything that happened, because at the end of the day, it was just Megha and I that learned the dances and performed them, but there was a lot that happened behind the scenes, and I'm very grateful for all of that. I also want to give a quick thank you to my dada, who is in the audience here today, and I'm very proud that I was able to perform in front of him today.
And I know that my mom and both my sister, my mom and my sister said this already, but my mom performed her Arangetram when she was very young, and so did my sister. So I'm very grateful that I was able to follow in their footsteps, and now that we have this accomplishment in common. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Hello, namaskar. I would like to thank all of you for being here, because without such a beautiful audience, events like this is not happening. So thank you for being part of this wonderful evening. Thank you, wonderful musicians, for creating the magic on stage. I would like to say a few words about Riya and Megha. I have been training them for past 7 years, and it's a very special to see how child grows in front of you. And teacher always seen a student in the studio, and by looking into their eyes, you know how they feel today. If they feel strong, if something bothers them, they have different emotions. Do they feel like dancing, or do they have energy? So you see everything just by looking into their eyes. But in these girls' eyes, I always saw readiness to dance. They were always ready and willing to dance and learn. And I would like to say that from the beginning of our journey, Megha and Riya showed constant respect, dedication, devotion, and all the seriousness to this art form and to their teacher. To get ready for Arangetram requires a lot of hard work from students and their families. And of course, I would like to say thank you for the families of both of the girls. Without their support and belief in girls' ability to push through, without the positive outlook that they always provided, this would not happen. Thank you, family. Thank you, friends. Thank you, everyone who did support this young ladies. And to conclude, I would like to say, dear Riya and Megha, keep this art form closer to your heart. Keep dancing. Let it be your healer, your inspiration. Keep dancing. And I love you dearly. And do remember me too once you are out in this life journey. And all my blessings to you.
With this, ladies and gentlemen, we conclude the Arangetram of Megha and Riya. And on behalf of both families, we invite you to dinner at the Bridgewater Temple Canteen. Thank you so much.
Megha
Sari ga ma ma ga re sa, re re sa. Sari ga ma ma ga re sa, re re sa. Ni da ma ma ga re sa, re ga ma ma ga re sa, re re sa. Ni da ma ma ga re sa, re ga ma ma ga re sa, re re sa. Sa ni da ma ma ga re sa, re ga ma ma ga re sa, re re sa. Sa ni da ma ma ga re sa, re ga ma ma ga re sa, re re sa. Ni da ma ma ga re sa, re ga ma ma ga re sa. Sari ga ma